I first discovered Toni Morrison when I was in the United States in 1993. I was in the bookshop of the Iowa University, and just by chance I happened to take from the shelf a book that was entitled Jazz by Toni Morrison. It was really an immense discovery, like, you know, you feel really shaken by something. The powerful language, the poetry, and the music that runs throughout the story. You still feel sort of buoyed by the music, upheld by the music. So for me it was really, really one of the important discoveries in my life. She liberated me, especially a book like Beloved, which sort of ends in absolute poetry, the last chapters. It suddenly made me realize that, okay, whether I was published or not, if this is the way I wanted to write, then I should write that way. So yeah, she was like a voice telling me, you know, be who you are and write the way you are. So yes, she has influenced me a lot, yes. She takes aspects in the history, especially the history of the Americans, African Americans, maybe something that she's read about, that's happened, and then she builds the story out of people. So it's not history, it's people's individual stories that she's telling. And in this way she makes you go into their bodies, their minds, their flesh, and she makes that become alive, and so alive that you cannot forget it afterwards. Through fiction, she's bringing us to a reality that historical books can never really make us feel as strongly and as deeply. I think for a writer, the important thing is just writing. You don't write as a woman. Of course, your experience as a woman comes across, or whoever you are. Your own personal experience comes across in your writing, but you don't sort of put a cap and say, I'm a woman who's writing. And I think for her, it's absolutely the same. She wouldn't want to be categorized as a woman writer. And does it have a meaning? Yes, for people who want to sort of really analyze everything and maybe try to pull out the messages that they can derive from her books. But I think she's an individual, she's a person, and you know, a magnificent person. And I think that any writer wouldn't want to be sort of circumscribed by a label.